Hello and welcome to Sobricks. I'm Adam and this is Sobricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Star Wars Death Star Trash Compactor Diorama set. This is set number 75339. It has 802 pieces, and I paid $72 for this set. Now, I can't remember how much this set retailed for initially. I think it had at least one price increase, maybe two. So now this retails for $90. 20% of that would be $18. $18 off brings it down to $72. There is a retailer that I think quite frequently has this listed at $72. This is the last of the dioramas that I don't have. I haven't done a video about the trench run yet, but that was the first one I built. Then I did the Dagobah Training Center. Then I did the Emperor Throne Room and the Endor Speeder Chase, and now I finally got this one. So I'm kind of excited to take a look at it. I know that it has the extra stuff on the back of it, and it does have some minifigures, so maybe that's why it's expensive. It also has some functionality that isn't true of many of the other dioramas, so that makes it a little bit interesting. So I'm excited to take a look at this. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. And while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we are going over the build for this trash compactor diorama, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you everybody for liking and subscribing and watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I did want to take a moment to just remind you that if you do like this video, consider clicking on that thumbs up and giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I will be doing here in the future. You can see the subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of your screen or at the end of the video or on my channel page. Give that a click. I really appreciate it. And now back to the rest of the build and my review of this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Star Wars Death Star Trash Compactor Diorama. This is a really great diorama from the first three that Lego did with the Dagobah Jedi Training, the Trench Run, and then the Trash Compactor. And this one is really wonderful. I think this one was probably the more expensive one, or was the most expensive one when it was released. And that's a bummer. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I paid $72 for this, 802 pieces. That actually doesn't feel too bad, especially considering or comparing it to the last two dioramas that came out for May the 4th of this year, because this has a similar amount of pieces, I believe, to the Emperor's Throne Room, which came in at $100. And I think the Endor Speeder Chase was in the 600 piece range, and that came in at the $70 or $80. So this one retails for $90. I got it for $72. I think I paid $80 or $90 for the Dagobah Training, which that one was bigger as far as the base goes, did have more pieces. But this one is really, really interesting. So it's got that classic diorama base here. We do have a little quote, which is true for all the dioramas. So this is from Han Solo. One thing's for sure, we're all going to be a lot thinner. I guess referencing the trash compactor compacting here. And we do get, these are both printed. Like all these Star Wars dioramas, we have this metallic silver vent piece here. We do have the walls built up with a little bit of kind of styling or greebling type stuff, a little bit of detail on the outskirts or on the outside, which is nice to have. It still doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible either. So it uses those like hinge pieces without the hinge backing of it, so those are just plugged in, and then these kind of things with the Technic pins there, and that's the same as the other side, so we get a little bit of detailing in there. On the inside, all the walls are just tiled out completely, and the floor tiled out with a nice mix of that kind of translucent, dark translucent or translucent brown or translucent black there. And then we have a mix of dark bluish brown, or dark bluish gray rather, this kind of lightened nougat, I think, or this tan-ish color, and then the brown there. So that's all tiled out all the way around. And then there is something which you can see from the top down that is at the back, which is unique to this one to an extent. So unlike other dioramas, this does come out a little bit on the back, and it does have a little build back here, which has a print, which may be an exclusive print. That tile there is, I think, an exclusive print, and we do get a space for R2 and C-3PO. We will take a look at the minifigures here because before we go any further, there are several minifigures. You get 4 or 5 plus R2, so 5 minifigures, maybe 6 minifigures. We'll take a look at R2 first. And this is really great because this R2 has printing on the back. It doesn't have any of the additional printing like any mud or anything like that on this one. My head printing is a little bit wonky. That seems to be the case quite often. There's some difference in the mold line there up to where the printing starts. It's not even all the way around, but that's okay. We do get a nice R2 unit, which is good. And then the next one we have is a C-3PO. Now this one is really, really great. And I don't know if this is exclusive, but this is an excellent C-3PO figure. Tons of fine detail in there, all the different wires going on. We do get the asymmetric printing on the leg there. It's not dual molded, it is just printed different, but we do get the silver leg. And we get printing on the arm for C-3PO here, both arms, which is really terrific. Again, on the back, a lot of fine detail in the midsection there. So really, really nice. Love the arm printing, love the different leg printings on this C3 unit. So this is a really, really great minifigure. And then we get 4 other characters. We get a Princess Leia, which does have an alternate face. Arms and legs are basic, nothing on the midsection. The torso print is good. Get a little hint of a waist and some hips there. Metallic on the belt line. And on the back, we get a little more detail. Classic kind of cinnamon roll hair here. So we get a Princess Leia. We do get a Chewbacca, which has printing on the legs down there. And then the whole head and body is all kind of the one piece, molded piece with some printing. No head then, and then a blank torso. And we have kind of this brick built, built up kind of staff here. Then we get a Han Solo in a stormtrooper outfit. So this is nice. No printing on the midsection here, but good printing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Good printing on the torso. Han Solo's hair is good. Does have an alternate face there for Han. And I really like this hair piece. So I think it works really, really well for Han Solo in this scene. And then the last one we get is a Luke Skywalker, also in a stormtrooper gear here. We do get a blaster, and Han also has a blaster like that. Good hairpiece for Luke. And Luke does have an alternate face. So we do get quite a few minifigures in this diorama, more than any other diorama that's come out yet so far. The Trench Run doesn't have any minifigures. The Dagobah just has Luke and Yoda and R2. Emperor's Throne Room has Vader, Luke, and the Emperor. Endor Speeder Chase has 3. So are a lot of minifigures here. I think this C-3PO is really, really good. So that's nice. And I will put these back where they go here. So we get a little spot for the droids at the back there. And then I'll place these other characters where the instructions kind of has you place them. Get Luke in there, and we'll get Han in here as well. So then the rest of this build, besides all the tiling out of the back wall, which is nice, there's good kind of changes in depth, good changes in color, good choices for the pieces. There is this kind of inset thing at the back, which is nice, and uses some cool techniques, cool pieces back there. Same with the other walls. It's very tiled out, but they fit together really well at the back. You can see where one is raised. There's kind of an interlocking pattern going back there. And then the rest of this that's supposed to be this trash is kind of built in a really cool way, where we have the bricks with the rail kind of system in the front and the back, and then these walls are on those rails and kind of slide into place. And then you build up all this trash, which is kind of like greebled and stuff, different pieces used, different hinged pieces, Technic pins, tons of different stuff, all in this trash. We see like an R2 leg there. We see like a droid body over here. One of these like hoses in the middle. So tons of stuff. And that's all really, really cool, really well done. There's different pipes back here, stuff going at different angles, which is great. Same over in that back corner. But while it looks pretty good like this, there is kind of a function in this which is makes it even more unique to other dioramas. So I'm going to show what that is. I'm going to lean this down. Whoops, lost C-3PO here. I'm going to put this flat and show it from the top here. We can push in the sides of the trash compactor, and it comes together really, really nicely. Everybody's still got their spot, and all the pieces in there just come together, fit together like a beautiful little puzzle piece. And we can pull those open again, and we can kind of see how that works. There are these little tabs here that you build to allow you to push and pull the walls in. So as the trash compactor moves in, the walls move in. This hose kind of can bend, and it's on some Technic pins that spin on those kind of bracket pieces. So those can move, which is a really nice effect. And the way that this is all built out, it's just built to come together in a very seamless way, and a kind of an amazing way in my mind to look this crowded, this compact, and this good when it's all the way closed, or when it's semi-open, and when it's open all the way. That is a really awesome feature that I think is designed really, really well. There's tons of unique pieces used in here. It doesn't necessarily feel like when you look at this that that's going to be the case, and I feel like people would really be impressed when they see it all smushed together like that, because it looks so cluttered and so compact, no wasted space, still fitting all the minifigures and still fitting all of that little detail in there, which is so, so cool. We can see on the floor then when that's closed, it is all tiled out on the bottom. Not a whole lot of detail out there, but that's okay. And I don't even know which I like better to display this at, if I like it better like this or like it better closed. The nice thing is it's super easy, pretty seamless to change it between the two or have it somewhere in between. And it looks really, really terrific when it's in either spot. So I think that's a great, great feature. And it is really impressive that it comes together so well. So tons of detail, lots of tiles, lots of pieces, a lot of these 1x1 tiles in the translucent and the brown and the kind of nougaty color. So that eats up a lot of the piece budget for sure, but it's so worth it to be able to do this. So I think this is great. I might like this more than the Dagobah Training Center just because of this functionality. Yoda's hut was really good, and there is stuff that was really good in that, but this just has a lot more going for it for me. It's a good size. It does have this back area that juts out, but if I'm thinking about it, I think the throne room kind of has a little bit of that kind of stuff too, so it doesn't feel like it would be too out of place. Plus the Indiana Jones diorama, the Golden Idol one, that one is has weird angles for all the different things, so it doesn't fit sort of fully on a all the way back on a shelf, and this one won't either, but I don't think that's too big of a deal. This extra distance isn't that huge actually. When you look at how far out from the base it goes, it's only maybe a brick wider than what a normal base would be, so that really doesn't bother me that much. And it does add a lot, even though if this is displayed, probably no one's going to see that really. It is a nice little kind of Easter egg with that special print back there and the really nice droid figures back there. So really, really cool. The build experience was pretty straightforward, nothing too terribly challenging, I don't think, but really rewarding, really satisfying build experience, really relaxing building experience. I don't mind tiling stuff out like this, especially when at the end there's such a rewarding display piece, and the tiles are used to make sure this glides really, really nicely. So it pays to have the back all tiled out, all these walls tiled out, and the floor all tiled out. So that's really, really cool in my opinion. And I think it came together a lot faster than I thought I would. It looks great, and it's nice figures. It's just a really, really nice diorama set, and one of my favorites. I really liked the Endor Speeder Chase, but I thought it was a little bit overpriced. I didn't love how the trees came out. I really loved the Emperor's Throne Room when I didn't think I was going to, and I liked that one a lot. This one I like a lot as well. I think the Dagobah Training Center one is fine, even though it's not as good and maybe still overpriced. This one feels very overpriced at $90. I think $60 is probably where it should be, 60, but because of 5 minifigures or 6 minifigures, $70, what I paid $72 is not too bad. And I was perfectly comfortable paying $72 for this, especially considering the minifigures and 802 pieces, plus some of these display kind of oriented, adult-oriented diorama sets do have a little bit of a premium on them, so they will cost a little bit more. Like I said, the Emperor's Throne Room, I think, released for $100, and the Endor Speeder Chase, I believe, released for $80, which had either similar piece counts, similar sizes, or less. So this one, if you can get it for 20% off like I did for the $72, it is not that bad. I was perfectly happy to buy it. I was debating buying this, from Lego directly so I could get VIP points or use VIP points or get double, whatever it was. But I did not want to pay $90 for this or $80 for this. $72 from a pretty a national retailer that has this for $72 quite often, I think is a perfectly fine price. So really enjoyed building this, really love it. And now I officially have all of the Star Wars dioramas. I have the first 3 that came out, this one, Dagobah Trench Run, and I have the 2 new ones, the Speeder Chase and the Throne Room. I do have the Jurassic Park diorama, the T-Rex Breakout, and I do have the Indiana Jones diorama. I know there's a Peter Pan kind of one coming out soon that seems very overpriced, and I really love these diorama sets, and I hope there's maybe some like for Marvel that come out in the future, and just a bunch more, because I really like the form factor, I like the build style, and I think it's really fun to take like iconic scenes and put them in this way when it's not really like a play set, but it's something like really cool. So between like this and the kind of Executor Star Destroyer size display model set, I think those are kind of my favorites. So this was really great, and I loved putting it together. We could see over here we get the extra pieces. Just your 1x1s, your tiles, your studs, all that good stuff. Normal extra pieces, I would say. And this is nice. Value's not too bad at the price I paid. At the price it's retails for, I think it's a little overpriced. The function of this is awesome, and it just looks great. So big thumbs up for me. Happy to have built it. Happy to have this. So I really like it. If you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Star Wars, Lego Marvel, dioramas, Disney, Speed Champions, Technic stuff, architecture stuff, botanical stuff, city, friends, all different kinds of stuff, Ninjago. Tons of different themes, tons of different sets of all different piece counts and price points and shapes and sizes, all different stuff. So click on that subscribe button so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support this channel, the best way to do that is over at the SoBricks Patreon, patreon.com/SoBricks, where for as little as $2 a month or $5 or $10 or whatever you want, every little bit helps. You can get your name at the end of my videos. You can get shout outs. We'll do some like Q&As over there, some live streams over there, exclusive content over there, early access to my videos over there, and hopefully a lot more in the future. So maybe consider checking that out. I really appreciate it. And thank you everybody who watches and subscribes and likes and comments. Thank you very much. And until next time, thanks. Bye.